The Talksport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the Talksport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search Talksport Fan Network.
Welcome back to the show, Cherries fans, and thank you for joining us. Now, before we get going, hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell button below. It helps this channel to grow. So, of course, if you've been listening to AFC Bournemouth on X or Facebook or on the official site, you will know that we have launched our home shirt. And, of course, the title of this video gives a bit of a hint, Back to the Future. Before we start discussing it, I have got my main man next to me, Matt Harrison. How you doing, Matt?
Yeah, well, good, Craig. Lovely day. Lovely day for a shirt release anyway. And
Yep.
The most exciting time for pre-season for me is the shirt releases. As you know, I've got a shirt or two, so it's always nice to see what I'll be adding to the collection.
Most definitely. I think you'll get all three of them again, won't you? Likewise, I will.
Depends. Like I say, I never say never, but if there's, it depends. I mean, I'm really excited about the away ones. I've heard some good rumours about the away ones. So, obviously, the home we know is always going to be red and black stripes, or like historically we have had plain red shirts over the years and etc. So, we always kind of know what the home shirt is going to be about. But the away shirts are always very exciting. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. And I reckon there is a little bit of a retro vibe going on after last season's third shirt, which I absolutely love. Let's be honest. I'm not gonna hide underneath a rock about this. I love that third shirt. Still one of my favourites. I still will wear it next season. Probably wear it the season after that and the season after that until it probably gets worn out. Yours, is it probably staying in that cupboard, is it?
Oh, no. I wear different ones all the time, I don't always wear the same shirt. But I'm sure it will be back in circulation at some point.
Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. Well, the reason why this is called Back to the Future is because this shirt was released earlier on today. And there's no prizes really for guessing what this reminds us of. Matt, go on, you do the honours. You tell us what it reminds you of, because I know what it reminds me of.
Well, it's based on the 2014, 2015 shirt, the shirt I've got on actually. And it's a really nice tribute to it. It's nice to see the central black stripe again. I mean, the difference between this one and the 2014, 2015 shirt is obviously the red stripes are thicker.
Yeah.
And they're a bit more cherry red than the 2014-15. The sleeves as well are black again, like that shirt. But what I like with this one is that we have got that red trim around the sleeve, which gives it a nice finish. And again, the pinstripe gold, just like we had on that shirt, is very fitting. It's a beautiful tribute. I like the detail with the new logo on the neckline.
Yes.
Which says 1899. Obviously, the club was formed. And I quite like that sleeve sponsor, actually. I think that's quite neat on the shirt. Shame it's not the one that's on the front.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can say really about the sponsor in terms of it's gold. It ties in with the pinstripe, but to be honest with you, it looks like someone's just made that on clip art. It's not a nice font, is it? I mean, I personally myself, I don't have an issue with gambling being on the shirts. I understand people's reasons why, and the club is obviously again selling a shirt going to sell the sponsorless shirt, which I totally agree with. But I think this will probably be the first year that now I've seen this on the shirt, and how it kind of doesn't make the shirt look tacky, but it just looks very cheap. Is cheap the word I want to use? But I think for the
Yeah.
first time ever, I think I will be buying sponsorless shirts this year. Like quite a few of the fan base are going to be. I think it's quite split still. I mean, it might be different. This might be a kind of shirt that I walk into the superstore and look at it and I think, well, actually, no, it doesn't look bad now. I've seen it in person, so I'm not going to say it's a final, definite decision that I'll buy it sponsorless. But from the looks of these pictures, I think I'm probably going to go sponsorless. To be fair.
Yeah, I got to be honest, I'm with you on that. I think it looks as if, well, to be honest, in those pictures, it looks probably a little bit better on Mark, and of course, the female shirt. I'm surprised, that would be on there. I think, like Anna's said before, I wonder if Bournemouth University will be on there. But to be honest, I just think it looks like Comic Sans. Can you remember when you used to just, well, what was it called years ago? It was you used to be able to make like little magazines, couldn't you? On Microsoft, I don't know even what it was, but
Mm.
it used to be a program, and Comic Sans was the top one, and
Mm.
that looks Comic Sans for me.
Yeah,
Um,
I never heard of that. To be honest with you, you must be about 10 years older than me. But yeah, no, that's the only thing I could compare it to is something like clip art. Yeah, I could,
hmm,
obviously, if you can see what from something about in the past, that what you're comparing it to, I'm sure it looks like that. But the only thing I do think that is a shame about this shirt
hmm,
is under the crest. I would like to have seen 125 years under the crest of the
yeah.
spot, to actually make it, to really celebrate the 125th anniversary. It'd been nice to have had it just maybe on the home shirt, maybe not on the away shirts, but definitely on the home shirt. It'd been nice to maybe just had a 125 years, 1899 to, you know,
Do you know what, mate? I'm with you on that.
it would have been nice
Hmm,
finish to the shirt. Because I mean, it is a beautiful shirt. I mean, like I've said
hmm,
before, when we've done shirt reviews and stuff, I've always said Umbro have never made a bad shirt. I don't think. Out of all the Umbro shirts, um, they've been fantastic. I mean, they've been quite imaginative as well with a couple of them.
yeah,
Like the shirt, unfortunately we got relegated in and competed for a season in the championship in that shirt. With how the stripes kind of phased out into the red into the black, and that was a beautiful.
yeah.
It was nice to reimagine the red and black stripes, and obviously this first season back in the Premier League with the sort of zigzaggy stripes that kind of split the fan base a bit. I mean, they've been quite imaginative, and it's nice that again that they've come out with a shirt of this kind of design. Because it's different when you
Hmm.
compare it to all the other shirts. It is different to any of the other ones Umbro have brought out.
I'm going to throw out another idea that what they could have done with the crest. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't wanted them to use the crest that is on the limited edition Michael B. Jordan shirts. But if they did and made, like on the third shirt last season, of course, the crest was effectively yellow and it was like a variant. Now, if they had done this in gold, so made the crest in like a variant of gold, would that have worked, or do you think that would have been a bit looked a bit shitty? I'm not a designer, if as you can tell by any means, but would that have been a good idea?
Um, no, not really for me.
I'm was just thinking for the 125 because
But
I agree with you.
I just think a nice sort of like round the shield, even maybe above the shield, just something that commemorates the season being celebrated as the 125th anniversary of the club. I just think it would have been neat, and something to kind of treasure as well. Obviously not maybe with the sponsor on it, because the more I see it, the more I start to laugh. I think there's going to be a lot of jokes going around about Bournemouth and this sponsor. So the more I see it on pictures, the more I'm thinking sponsorless shirt, to be honest.
It just looks tacky. It just
Yeah,
looks tacky. But
yeah.
I agree with you. I think there should have been something to show the 125 years, and maybe an infusion of the current badge and maybe the old badge. Of course, with AFC Bournemouth in just underneath. But with that design, and just say 125 years at the bottom of the current badge.
Mm.
And
I mean,
maybe,
there's a nice touch on the neck on the back, 1890,
yeah,
with the reimagined 80s crest. I think that's a really nice touch. But how
yeah,
many people look at the back of shirts? It's I think that would have been lovely. It would have just capped the shirt off beautifully.
yeah.
All in all, I'm looking forward to seeing it in the flesh at the weekend, to be honest.
Do you know what I might do? And I know this is going to sound ridiculous, and it probably brings us on to the next slide. I might get an unsponsored shirt and then take it down somewhere like Funky Peach and get Energy Consulting printed on the front of it.
Be interesting.
Do you know what? It would look great, and it'd probably look better than BJ88 on the front.
Yeah, I've tried to avoid saying it. It's definitely not as smart as something like Energy Consulting, is it? Or Seaward or Focal Point Fires,
Focal Point Fires, brilliant. I love it.
It's Frizzell if you want to go even further back. Exchange and
There
Mart
we
if you
go.
want to even go
Frizzell.
further back. But it's definitely going to split the fan base, isn't it? And you've seen that on social media, as I'm sure. Apparently, there's polls and all sorts, isn't there? But not for me. I don't think at the minute, unless I see it in the flesh and I change my mind. But I think for the first time ever, I'll be buying a sponsorless shirt.
Let's have a look at the old adaption. Of course, you are wearing it, but let's have a little look at it on Jan.
Mr. Cameraman.
Oh, Mr. Kermigan, there he is. Our star Frenchman from back in the day that helped guide us from the depths. Well, not the depths, but from the championship. We've been deep in the depths. Let me explain that to you guys. If anybody's not a Bournemouth fan and watching this, led us and helped us from the championship into the top flight for the first time ever. Mate, I absolutely love this shirt. This is one of my favourites. It really is.
Yeah,
It really is.
It's a smart shirt, isn't it? This one was always.
Yeah.
It's always been one that I, always enjoyed wearing, and still do now. It's a little bit tight now, though. It's amazing how much weight you put on in 10 years. I've got to say, it's a little bit tight.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful shirt. Probably one of the best ones that from the Cabrini and Fila range. To be fair, for a home shirt.
Got to be honest, Cabrini and Fila did some great shirts. One of my favourite ones, the cream one. That's lovely. The sash.
Yeah, the cream one is a favourite of mine. It's one of the ones I like to just if I'm going out for a pint, on a Friday evening, just for a couple of mates after work. It's a case of just bung it on. It's a nice shirt to go down the pub in, and it goes with anything as well, which is handy. And like you say, the other ones like with the sash, the white one with the red and black sash, some beautiful shirts that they did bring out. But this one, out of all of them, is probably my favourite home one.
Yeah, definitely.
Real Madrid shirt was nice. I do have that as well. I'm sure you'd be surprised and shocked to hear.
Jealous of that one.
Mm, yeah, so that one's a strong favourite of mine as well. But in terms of regular shirts from the Fila Cabrini era, I would say this is probably definitely my favourite.
I think when we went through the leagues, when we started off with them, and of course, the Great Escape season, I felt that our shirt was very, very basic that year. Of course, it's got special meaning now, but it was, if you take that special meaning away from it, it's very basic. But I think as we went through the divisions, the shirts got better and better from Cabrini and Fila. I think,
their ranges definitely did improve. I mean,
yeah,
obviously JD obviously owns Cabrini, or did.
mhm,
Whether they still do or not, I'm not sure. But then obviously JD, because they had the contracts with the clubs and that, they brought Fila back into play. They brought the license into Fila
yeah,
to produce shirts using the Fila brand. And the shirts kind of made another step up again. And there's been, I mean, if you look across the whole range, I mean, they made loads of different teams like Rochdale and Carlisle, and I think Tranmere at one point as well.
yeah,
Luton, obviously, at one point.
mhm,
And they were all decent ranges for the clubs. And, it's amazing to see how the football shirt has evolved just in sort of like the last
mhm,
10 years. And, it's with Fila as well, to be fair. I mean, there's only one shirt out of the Fila Cabrini JD era that I didn't purchase, and that was the white and gold away shirt from this season.
mm,
I just didn't fancy it. So yeah, there's always the odd one in the years that I don't tend to like, but yeah, I mean over the whole you can't complain. But you can see how this has been, greatly not reproduced, but paid tribute to in the new shirt.
yeah,
And you can see, okay, the red trim's been added around the sleeves, which I think is a good finishing touch. The neck is a bit higher on the
yeah,
Subway one. I don't know how that will sit with the players. I don't know if I was playing in it, whether I would want such a high neck. But I mean, it depends. Again, that might be another feature that rubs off on me when I actually see the
mm.
shirt. But it does seem quite, when you look at when we compare the two.
I like the gold either side on the neck as well. Which
Yeah, on the original one,
original,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's that was a nice finish. But I think that nice black neck on
hmm,
Pew's, that kind of retro feel,
yeah,
um, which is nice. Obviously this year as well, the Umbro using the new football logo, which has
hmm,
got the field diamond in the middle. Again, that gives it a bit of a retro feel. But yeah, when you compare the two, it is a fitting tribute to that season.
yeah. I completely agree. And out of the two, at this moment in time, I do prefer the original. Of course, I would do because that was just a magical season, and that will do it. Is the exact words, of course, that was uttered. So, yeah, I think personally, I prefer the original, but it's not bad at all.
It's a lovely, it's a lovely touch in the promotional video as well. How they brought
Hmm.
Pewey and Tommy Elflick back into the promotion for it, and obviously playing Pewey's goal, and obviously that defining goal against Bolton, which obviously you just repeated the commentary lines there
Yeah,
too. Yeah, just capped off a absolutely magical night. And yeah, this Cabrini shirt will always be fondly remembered for a great. I mean, we had an excellent season in this shirt, an excellent season. Some of the best performances um, of that era.
oh, completely agree.
You know, I, I think it was Was it Ipswich? Ipswich away
Ipswich. Oh, Birmingham.
when Jones come on and
Yeah.
scored that header, and obviously Birmingham away, thrashing them 8-0.
Yeah.
Was just a marvellous day. Marvellous day. So yeah, this shirt has seen some moments, and let's hope we see some good moments in its sister shirt, should we say?
It's crazy when you think that was 10 years ago. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Funny how time's just bloody flown by. If we could relive it all again, it would be absolutely amazing. I would pay to relive it all again. As long as nothing went wrong. But I tell you what, what a season it was. And yeah.
And how very important both those men were, and the likes of Callum and Brett and
Yeah.
Charlie, Frano, Cookie.
Mm.
The names just don't stop today. I mean, it was one of those squads that you can just name off the back of your hand, and it was an excellent season. But let's hope 24-25 brings us some memories. This might be the shirt that we break into Europe with, and in 10 years' time we'll be talking about
Re-releasing it again.
another fantastic season. But what do you reckon? So, should we bring up the scores?
Yeah, go for it. There we are. So it's a 9 from me. I really, really, really do like it. I am with you completely. I am going to be getting the unsponsored version. I just don't like the gold lettering. I don't like the lettering, because it's too thick. But again, if I see it in the club shop, and I might, go for it. You've scored it an 8. Is that because of the sponsor, or?
No. I just think it's a really, really nice shirt. I think for me, a little bit more attention maybe to making it a real celebratory shirt would have probably bumped the score up for me. But it is strong. It's a strong 8. It's a strong 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Again, does the sponsor put me off slightly? No, because we can buy one without the sponsor on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a strong 8 from me. But yeah, can't wait to see and score the away ones, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely. And there's been all sorts of rumours been going around the internet, as you would expect, with regards to this away shirt. I've seen all sorts. One I've seen is white with an orange peel going around it. I personally think that's a load of rubbish. And the reason why I think it's a load of rubbish is I think it will be another adaptation of a retro shirt. Now, which one I don't know. I think all 3 will be. Of course, yellow and navy has been done, got the t-shirt with that. But I think that the others are going to be adaptions as well. Adaptions of what, though? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
I don't know. I don't know whether both will be, but possibly one. Like I said, I've always wanted to see a return of the blue and black stripes, green and black stripes. I know, obviously, we've had the Terrace retro one this season come out, which again is a lovely rendition. But yeah, it would be nice to maybe see the blue and black stripes as a third strip or something like that. Would be nice. But something to look forward to. It can't be long, because obviously he's not long now until we face Forest. I don't know whether they plan on the second home friendly maybe wearing one of the change strips like they did last season. To promote that, because obviously this weekend I'm assuming that they will be in the new home strip.
I think so.
So on to the aways now.
Yeah, and I think because Girona do play in red as well, they will probably, I think they'll probably do exactly what you said. And now you've said it, I think blue and black might be a possibility, but because there's quite a bit of black on the home shirt, I think it'll be predominantly blue with quite thin black stripes, maybe pinstripes, like our promotion from League Two. Just a thought.
Mm.
What do you
We
reckon?
can speculate all night.
Yeah, we could do, but yeah, I don't think it'd be the orange peel. Whoever said that might actually be proved completely right by the time everybody's watched this, so we shall see. I
Well,
might be looking like an idiot.
well, the Artex one caused quite an impression last season. So let's hope. And I like a loud, impressive away shirt. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm hoping for.
Yeah, most definitely. But let's have a little look at a player who has signed for the club. And here he is, Dean Huijsen, or Huijsen, as some people have been saying it. But I have got it from Chris Temple. He's actually put it out on there that he's actually pronounced Huijsen.
Howson.
Huijsen. Dean Huijsen. So, Cherries have completed the signing of highly rated centre-back Dean Huijsen. The 19-year-old arrives from Juventus after a successful loan spell at Roma last season, penning a 6-year contract with the Cherries. The fee is believed to be an initial 15 million euros, equivalent to 12.4 million pounds, which could potentially rise to 18 million euros depending on potential add-ons. Born in Amsterdam, Huijsen moved to Spain as a child and switched alliance to play for their under-21s national team earlier this year. Many clubs have been linked with interest in Huijsen this summer, including Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain. So we've not done too badly to get him, have we, really?
No, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I think we
Hmm.
spoke about it last week with Anna and Liam, and yeah, it's a exciting one for the future. He's obviously got a bit of experience. Went out on loan to Roma, wasn't it?
Yeah, Roma, 14 appearances, 2 goals, and one of those goals was really, really good, especially
Yeah,
for a centre-back.
and obviously Pinto had some involvement in that deal, and he's obviously managed to get this across the line with Simon Francis. I think this is massive for us. It shows the direction we're going in. It's good to see us signing good quality young players,
Yeah.
good young squad. And it's going to be interesting now. He's not going to come here and after playing in Serie A and obviously just going to make the numbers up. I think he's going to come here to compete for his place. So that's going to keep the likes of obviously Meps and Marcus and Barnier all on their toes for the season. So yeah, it's all good to add some competition in. Obviously with Kelly moving on. He's coming in to add some more competition. So yeah, exciting. Can't wait to see him on the pitch, to be honest.
I wonder if we go with a back 3. So we'll have Zabanier, Senesi, and Huijsen. Because personally, I don't see how you could leave out Zabanier and Senesi. But this kid is very, very good, and he's come here to get minutes. So I think personally we might go with that back 3 and be a little bit more attack minded next season, but might be completely surprised.
Be interesting to see, won't it?
Yeah.
Give Ziriola a headache. Is will formation change beyond the cards, or yeah, it'd be interesting to
Hmm.
watch. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the competition and fighting for places and game time. And you look at Meps' situation and play a lot of football last season. Is this going to hinder that even more for Meps? It would be a case that maybe Meps will now be looking to move on. Obviously got the international career to think of as well as his club career. So I don't think we're paying this kind of money for this guy to be playing in the development squad,
No.
under 21s. After he's been playing in Serie A, so I think he's here to compete and put the pressure on.
Yep, definitely. It's a Bournemouth signing, and that's what we like. I say it's a Bournemouth signing. Bournemouth signings years ago used to be young players, for not very much money. We've spent quite a bit of money on this player, but, it's not extortionate amounts like, it could be elsewhere. So I think some great business. But let us know in the comments below what you think of this new home shirt. If you have got any rumours about the away shirt or the third shirt, let us know as well. We always like to hear those. Don't try not to make them up, but I can appreciate. I think probably some people are on the wind up every now and again with them. So yeah. We'll have to sift through some of the speculation, what people want, which could be absolutely crazy designs. But yeah, Matt, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have a very good result against Vallecano. And of course, Iriola's former team. Their kits are lovely. Vallecano's kits. They are lovely shirts, and they're also made by Umbro as well. So it'll be, it'll be good to see. They've got this like electric. Well, in the badge, of course, it's like this electric shock thing. They've got that across the whole middle of the shirt, so it's effectively like a sash, but it's not a sash. But some really nice shirts. So it'll be interesting to see. They only just survived relegation last year. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, a good season for both clubs. But Matt, thanks again, and no doubt we will be speaking very soon about the away shirt and the third shirt. And of course, we've got some really good stuff coming up as well, haven't we?
Yeah, I believe so. There's a few interviews in the pipeline, isn't there? There's Cherry Picking, which is going to be centerpiece of the channel going forward, and obviously your new show with Manny, I hear, is going to be quite interesting. So looking forward to tuning into yourself and Manny when that starts. But yeah, good times.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, on Friday at 5 p.m, make sure that you are subscribed, hit the bell, hit the like button on this video, because you'll be the first to know about a video that has been completed, and it's with a very special guest. You probably know who he is: a former AFC Bournemouth, West Ham, Spurs, Portsmouth, QPR and Southampton manager. Oh, and Birmingham City as well. No prizes for guessing that, really, is there, Matt?
No, to be fair, I don't think you had to give it the clues, because I'm sure everybody will know who the gentleman is. So, but yeah, another one to look forward to.
Definitely, mate. Definitely.
And our tier list. Don't forget our tier list will be coming up soon as well.
Oh, yes, tier list, where we try and agree on who's going to win the league and who's going to get relegated. And of course, we'll be doing it in the same sort of style, so completely at random. So, and we'll probably go. The same rules apply. What do you reckon, Matt? Where we don't go for the most obvious?
Yeah, same rules apply. Interesting to see our table from last year and compare it to how the table actually finished, because there's one that we got majorly out that I can remember, and I think there's one or two that actually we got right. So it'd be interesting to see.
And I think the one that we got majorly wrong was one of the newly promoted teams. See, as all three of them went back down.
Oh, no, I think it might have been your mate Gary, actually. I think, because I put my foot down and said they're going to go down.
Oh, yes, my mate Gary. Yeah.
So,
how did I forget him?
Anyhow,
moving on. Moving on. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for joining us.
The Talksport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the Talksport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search Talksport Fan Network.